Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today's topic is Roman numerals. So, you know the drill. Get out your pencil, get out your composition book, and let's take some notes. So I always like to cover this topic the week before the Super Bowl because whenever you see the Super Bowl's logo, it's usually represented by Roman numerals. For example, this is Super Bowl 56. This Super Bowl, when you hear them talking about it, they'll be saying Super Bowl 56, which means this L represents 50, this V represents 5, and this I represents 1. 50 plus 5 plus 1 is 56. Yeah, Roman numerals. But where else have you seen Roman numerals? I mean, you see with the Super Bowl, where else have you seen them? Anybody? Anybody? What's that? Yes, you're right. We see Roman numerals all around us. For example, some of you guys might have thought of just important buildings, like you'll see right here in this building in New York City, or you might see on clocks, grandfather clocks. Notice Roman numerals right there on clocks. You might see them in like Star Wars, episode 6. American Idol, that's something always comes out after the Super Bowl. You might see it in American Idol, but you see them around, you see them in chapter books too, Roman numerals. So they still are present in our everyday life, okay? So hey, like I said, we always take notes wherever you see little red stars or so. Let's take some notes. The very first thing I want you to do is just write this chart down. Press pause if you need to, but write this chart down. So these are the values that these symbols represent. So 1, the Roman numeral symbol for 1 is just an I. The symbol for 5 is just a V. The X is a 10, L is a 50. C, think of like century, 100. D is 500, and M like millennium, 1,000. Okay. Notice Romans did not have a symbol for 2. Our symbol for 2 looks like that. Romans, they didn't have a symbol for 2. So what did they do? They put 2 1s or 2 I's together to make up 2. So Romans had some certain rules that they had to follow in order to create all the numbers or all the values that make up a number system, 1 through 10. They had to do some things because these were the only symbols they used. 7. See, we have actually 10 symbols. We got a symbol for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a symbol for each. Okay, but the Romans, they only had 7 symbols. So here again, I know you're not gonna like this, but press pause and write this stuff down. Sorry, press pause. Okay. But we have to, okay, so now that you guys are back, let's talk about these rules. Rule number 1, it says here symbols V, L, D can only be used once at a time, and symbols X, I, and C can be used at the most 3 at a time. What does that mean? If I want to write 15, I cannot do that. I can't go V, V, V. Even though V is a 5, I can't put all 3 together. That's, okay? If I want to write 15, I would write it like this, X, V. This means 10. And this means 5, okay? So the Romans, you can only use V or L or what's the other one? D once in a number. Notice, what do they all have in common? 5. That's 5, that's 50, that's 500. You can only use those once when you write a number. Okay? Likewise, you can only use at the most I, X, and C 3 times when you write a number. So what do these have in common? That's 1, that's 10, that's 100, okay? But you can only use it 3 times. So if I want to write 4D, I can't go, if I want to write 4D, I can't go X, 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 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. So how do you write 40? Well, let's read the next rule. So it says only symbols I, X, and C are used for addition, and you add when the smaller symbols is to the right of the bigger symbol. So notice this, that is Super Bowl 11, because I can be used for addition, and when it's to the right of the bigger symbol, it can be used as an addition. Subtract when the smaller symbol is to the left of the bigger one. So if I write it like this, the smaller symbol's to the left, I now subtract. Notice because that's a 1 and that's a 10, so this would be 9. That's what their number 9 looked like. 9, our 9 looks like that. Romans 9 looked like IX. Whenever they saw IX, they saw 9. Whether it was, that's 59. That's a 50, and that's 9, okay? But that IX represented 9. So the Romans, they only used IX and C for addition and or subtraction. They didn't use any of the 5s for addition or subtraction, okay? None of the 5s. They only used I, which is 1, X, which is 10, and C, which is 100, okay? I know this is a lot of information being thrown at you. Don't worry, we are gonna get this, okay? The last thing it says is down here, symbol I can be subtracted from V and X only, okay? Symbol X can only be subtracted from L and C, and symbol C. So what does that mean? So if I want to say Super Bowl 19, I would write it like this. If I want to say 19, I would write X, I, X. That's 10, that's a 1, and that's another 10. And if I have a smaller value in front of a bigger value, I subtract, okay? But if I want to write 99, I cannot write this, sorry. If I want to write 99, I can't write that. I can't put a 1 in front of my 100. Only I can be subtracted from V and X. Only I can be subtracted from V and X, okay? Only X can be subtracted from L and C. So then the question is, well, how do you write 99? Well, 99 would be written like this. Let me think about this. I would write it like, I would write X, C, I, X. Okay, I know that's confusing. But notice I have a 10 in front of the 100. Can I do that? Yes. That's now 90. And remember, this is the 9 symbol. That's the 9 symbol, so 99, okay? So again, complicated stuff. I wanted you to watch this video so that you have a little framework, foundation, so when we go over this the next day, you're like, oh, I'm starting to get it, Mr. Carlisle, I'm starting to get it. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Let's just do a practice. Try this one. You guys try this one. Press pause and solve. I'll give you a second. All right, so I wanted you to write this in standard form. So did you write 22? You have 10, 10, 1, and 1. So whenever the values are the same or less, as you go to your right, you just add them. 10 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1. Okay. Try this one, press pause, and write this in Roman numerals. Write 67 in Roman numerals. All right, did you try? So we got to write 67. Now, the way I would look at this is I have 50. Think of it this way. I have 50. Let's write it like this. I have 60, and then I have 7. So how do I write 60 first? Well, I would write L, that's a 50, X. See that? That L is 50, that X is 10, so I have 60. And then how do I write 7? Well, I would write a V, I. So there's your 50, and there's your 7. So if you wrote it like this, LX, VII, outstanding job. So the last thing I want you to do is just press pause and solve these 4 problems. So the first 2, I want you to write in standard form, just write as numbers, right? Change the Roman numerals to standard form, to our numbers. And then the last 2, I want you to write as Roman numerals. So write 149 in Roman numerals and write 1776. And then we'll go over that tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.